Is the Reboot
on Dubai Eye 103.8.
the UAE's #1 talk radio station.
You are tuned into the Reboot. And Zina, something that we'd like to talk about on this show is how technology is affecting the job market, specifically when it comes to recruitment and hiring.
Yes, and I'd like to take you back to 2023 when you were interviewed by a robo-recruiter. And it was...
It was like a virtual reality headset that I had to pop on. And I spoke to like Ahmed, the recruiter, and he was asking me questions. There was a bit of a latency issue.
Yes.
I felt a bit awkward because I knew I was speaking to a robot, but you're trying to still perform for this robot. It was awkward. I didn't enjoy it, okay?
Well, we didn't have high expectations, but we were impressed because he
from
gave...
Sonal?
Oh, not from Sonal. I knew you would ace it. But he actually gave
Brutal.
accurate and insightful feedback.
Dan, that's how I feel about myself in interviews, so it's fair. I never expect much from myself in a job interview. It's like my worst skill.
Anyway, it is a very different story now, 2025, where AI is everywhere and almost like humans. So companies entrust AI to hire employees. And guess what?
Well, there's an app for that.
There's an app for that.
There's an app for that.
There is an app for that.
So much more smooth when you do it, Zina.
Guess what? Q. Yeah, we practiced it 7 times earlier. But the app is called, the platform is called shortlisted.io, shortlisted without the E. And we've got the founders in the studio, Adil Gwiazdowski and Yatin Vij. How are you, Adil and Yatin?
Yeah.
I'm very well, thank you,
Very
and
well,
thanks
and
for
thanks for
having
having
us.
us.
Amazing. So first things first, I know we talked about this as a platform, but what is the elevator pitch? Let's start with Adil. What is the promise here?
So we're building the AI workforce for hiring, as simple as that. And what it means is our AI agents are able to source, engage, and interview candidates 24/7, so that our clients don't have to work 24/7.
Now, although I'm going to be straight with you in the fact that we have spoken to a few people who have told us this, that they are working in bringing AI to recruitment. What makes your shortlisted platform different?
Oh, wow. We're different on so many levels, but the main difference, I would say, there's a few main differences. One is that we are focusing really on the sourcing aspect and the conversational aspect. Our aim is not to just automate everything with autonomous agents, is actually to give or to at least free up recruiters' time. 80% of a recruiter's time is admin. Our agents are able to do the heavy lifting, the grunt work, so that recruiters can free time to do the high value stuff like building relationship, building talent pools, and strategic initiatives.
What makes hiring inefficient? Human hiring, because that's the problem you're solving, right? And you said that, people spend 5 hours daily on candidate screening. Why is it such a tedious process?
Because of the volume. The average job in Dubai attracts 2,000 to 3,000 candidates. There is no way a human can go through 2,000 or 3,000 candidates and make sure that they've screened all the CVs and they've spoken to all the people. So our AI allows them to do the heavy lifting so they can focus on that bottom of the funnel, speak to really highly qualified candidates, and actually, if anything, spend more time engaging with them and making sure that they spend more time with them.
Every time that we talk about a story like this, Zina, I always have the same issue. And for me, it's about respect. It's like, well, you expect me to show up and not send my AI, but you're sending your AI and you're not having a direct conversation with me. To me, off the bat, that sends a bad impression for an employer. Like, I don't want to work for a company that's not going to take half an hour to speak to me after they've vetted me from however many sort of companies. So what do you make of that?
Yep, I would say it's not about being disrespectful, but it's more about getting ghosted versus kind of getting the chance to present yourself. So I've been in the seat of applying as a candidate as well. So sometimes I apply and then like 6 months later I get a call, hey, you've been selected. But I'm like, okay, sorry, which company is it? Because the candidate story is you apply everywhere and then you get a call from somewhere. So that's what AI kind of solves for you and kind of enables you to present your case. That kind of makes half the story fulfilling for you, for the candidate as well.
Take us through the recruitment process. I understand it starts with, doing a trawl of all these profiles online. And then when you choose the right candidates, you send them, AI sends them emails, right? So just, I'm just imagining how this whole process looks like. Okay, let's start with Yatin.
Yep. So the whole process kind of starts. We kind of trying to revamp the entire process, starting from where the requirement kind of originates from the hiring manager, understand what they're actually looking for, and create a more specific and defined JD, because that's where the actual problem starts. Sometimes the JD kind of gets muddled up because some skills might not kind of go directly through the hiring process. You might say I'm looking for A, but there is some kind of mud in the middle which kind of makes it a little murky, and that's where we kind of are trying to solve it from there.
So once you have a clear JD or job description, then what does the AI do?
Then we look for candidates who match the skills that the hiring manager is looking for, and once we find those candidates, then we kind of have a screening interview. The human kind of selects which candidates work best for them, invite those candidates on a platform. They get screened by the AI, and then once the screening process is done, the hiring manager gets the feedback for each candidate, and then they can easily kind of go through and understand which kind of suits best for them, and they decide who to hire.
So at what point does a human get involved and actually get to know the candidates? Because there's also such a thing as culture fit sometimes. And I guess it could be a double-edged sword, you know. It could create biases, for example, in the workplace, in the hiring process, but it also tells you, okay, this candidate is a good fit because he's got a great sense of humor and that's what we like in the workplace. So where does a human play in this?
That's a really good question. And the answer to that is we've designed our system with humans in the loop. We don't believe AI, I mean, AI has gone a long way, but we don't believe AI is all the way there to make all the autonomous decisions that we want it to make. So therefore, humans come in when they have a chat with the AI to launch a sourcing request. The AI presents a shortlist. The human selects which ones they want to interview. The AI interviews them. The humans again select who goes further for further rounds. So basically, it's very human-centric, and it should stay human-centric. AI is still not good at picking up communication styles, communication skills, what people would call soft skills. And so for these, humans should definitely be in the driving seats.
Adil, tell us about the demand for this, because you guys are a startup. As I've mentioned, we've spoken to other startups working in the recruitment space. So how much demand have you actually had so far from companies looking to recruit this way and use this service?
That is really interesting question. We are seeing good go-to-market motion. I wouldn't say product market fit, but go-to-market motion certainly. And what we see is there is a lot of interest from hiring teams that want to transform their hiring operations and may already have set budget aside this year, next year to do that. And so when we come to them with a ready-made solution, it's almost like a perfect fit for them, because they can just, instead of building in-house, just allocate the budget, let us run a POC, implement very quickly so they can get ROI super quickly.
Quickly now, in terms of retention, human hiring managers can make mistakes because we're flawed, sometimes biased. But what's the success of AI hiring? Is it too early to tell, or do you have stats on that?
Absolutely. Actually, in October this year, there was a huge MIT study with 70,000 candidates. And the AI that's interviewed the 70,000 candidates in all of the metrics, such as hiring, candidate satisfaction, retention, and even performance after 1 year, the AI outperformed the human recruiters on all levels.
That's all we need to know. Well, thank you so much for your time, Adil and Yatin. And I'm not going to be hiring anyone anytime soon, but yeah, I won't be testing that soon, but maybe the candidates that have used it.
Let us know if you do.
Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. That's Adil Giviatovsky and Yatin Vich, who are co-founders of shortlisted.io. That's shortlisted without the E. All right, we have plenty more coming up on the show. We're going to be moving our attention to AI content. Have you started to see it everywhere? Are you hearing it in the advertisements around you, on your social media feeds? We want to know how you feel about this because, of course, people have been weighing in on this topic. Get in touch with us on 4001.
Dubai Eye 103.8, your home of news, business, talk and sport in the UAE.